Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of Goofy Gamer, aka Mr. Money with a Theros block constructed. I did forget to tell this person good luck and have fun, or have done fun. I have had fun, but I have not done fun. I'm gonna keep this because I do have my Warriors lesson. So I might be able to get together a land or something. If I can get a swamp, excuse me, then I'll play my Tormented hero before doing the Warriors lesson to get the most out of it. Swamp? Agent? Okay. Now, that doesn't really help me do anything. But I feel like I do want to wait for the Warriors lesson so I can activate it on the agent. And all we need is some like land and stuff. And this person's green, black, might be one of those dredge decks. Or it could be a ramp deck of some kind. More than likely he'll let me through. Which he do. And a black mana would be nice. He's got enough to put the Pelucranos out, but he's getting his defenses together. Alright. So we'll send out the Death Toucher. Goes unanswered. Put out this Tormented hero. We are a few turns behind, but not to worry. As long as we just keep drawing lands, of course. Seems like it's a Pelucranos here, or Reaper of the Wild. So we'll just keep building up our board state. We'll send the Sedge Scorpion. And it should go unanswered. Which it do. And then we'll have 4 creatures on board. Only 2 of which can block. And then I should be able to send the Sedge Scorpion out. And it'll be unanswered, hopefully unanswered. And then I'll be able to use my Warriors lesson on it to get some card advantage. Let's bring it out as Gary. And no attacks. No attacks. So we'll send our Death Touchers. And I'm thinking they're going to go unanswered. I'm hoping they're going to go unanswered because he just gained some life. So there's no blocks. So we're going to gain our card advantage. And draw 2 cards. So we did get a Read the Bones and a Temple, a Scry Temple. Theros' Emissary. We could put that on top. Yeah. And for all he knows, I have Boon of Erebos. So he could attack in with, like, Reaper of the Wilds. Or he could attack in with a Grey Merchant. Or he could just play another Grey Merchant and get me for 5. He could be playing an Overlord, which he is. So he's got 5 in the air. Feel like I need to block this, preventing 4 damage, because I'm going to be taking 10 in the air here in just a second. And there's really no point in holding back. So we'll send out these Sedge Scorpions. I'm thinking he has the Whip of Erebos. Because otherwise he wouldn't have sacrificed the Overlord. But we're going to drop in our Eberos's Emissary. And if we can draw land this next turn, we'll be in business. So he's thought seizing me. I'm thinking it's going to be for the Grey Merchant. Excuse me. But there's really nothing else that I'm really... Oh, okay. Unless he's got another Thoughtseize, of course. So he has enough to activate the Death Touch. I'm thinking the agent is the least beneficial. So yes, he did activate Death Touch. So both creatures die in this instance. I'm wondering why he didn't attack with his Harpies. So we'll cast with Bestow, and then that will help to... I mean, I can block anybody at this point. And he does have mana available for like a Hero's Downfall. So we're pretty much on the defensive at the moment. Ooh, that's a good one. Returning from the underworld, the Grey Merchant, and the Overlord. So he's going to get 4 more Harpies. And then he has a permanent Overlord and a permanent Grey Merchant. It's life linking for 4. He's reading bones. And he's going to be getting in for 3. Okay. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So at this point, I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough. I can block the Overlord, and he'll be doing 8 from the Harpies, 9, 10, 11. He has to remove the Leaf Crown Dryad. So if he had a Farika's Cure... And now he plays Pelucranos. And... So I'll lifelink for 4. And then I can get 2 more, but he'll stay in the air. So... I mean, I would have to bring out the Overlord to stabilize. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Excuse me. So we'll bring out the Overlord. Be able to lifelink for 6. And then we'll have some chumpity chump blockers. So he's 2, 4, 6, which means that I'm going to die. But we'll play it out because I don't feel like doing the math, so I'll just let the stuff do the work for me. Unless he monstrous Pelucranos would be able to do it for 2. So he could take out 2 of my Harpies. And then that's game. Monstrous for 1. Maybe he's just trying to have this go out for as long as possible. So I'm going to gain 3. So I'm down to 1. The forest doesn't really do it for me. There's nothing really in my graveyard. And then I bring out the Gray Merchant. And that doesn't do it for me, because I'll only be gaining 4. He's going to be doing 6 in the air. So we're going to concede this one. And I didn't see the whip, but I'm willing to bet it's in there. So we're going to bring in our Artisan Czar. No, we're going to bring out our Fade into Antiquity. Where are you going, buddy? There we go. We're going to bring out our Overlords. And we're going to bring out Viper's Kiss if we can nab it. And we're just doing black removal package all the way. Then was playing a lot of creatures. And then this reach is somewhat relevant. And he wasn't on the ground very much. So I can probably take out the Sedge Scorpions and the Tormented Heroes. The Warrior's Lesson didn't really do me much. And we'll bring out the Farika's Cure, considering that I didn't see too much that would be affected by. And I think that's good to go. Good game, sir. Well played. Where's my text? Perhaps my machine is broken. But we'll play first again. I like this Burnished Heart. So we'll keep it. And we don't have any really good anythings. So we will play this and save our temple for this next turn. And we're looking for a green. Let's get me a forest. Temple. We'll keep the temple. And we'll bring out our Burnished Heart, just in case we need a blocker / land go-getter. Never mind. But it did act as a lightning rod. And we do have a swamp. So now all he needs is a Dark Betrayal. Which more than likely came in. And I have 3 creatures that I could sacrifice towards Pelucranos. In case he wants to get frisky. Now I'm thinking I could play the Nessian Asp or my own Reaper of the Wilds. I'd kind of like to keep my Nessian Asp, so I'm thinking I should put it out on the board. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to pass the turn. That way, if this guy wants to get rowdy, we can get rowdy. As far as he knows, I have 3 creatures in hand, not just 2. And this is the time of our lives. Now I'm thinking he's not going to lose the life. This is going to prevent him from attacking. And then he's not going to lose the life because there's no cards that he would discard. And this does protect me from Pelucranos. Oh, he does lose the life. I didn't technically counter it. But he still got to look at my hand. And he got to see my temple. Ooh, Nylea! So we'll see what this next card is and make the appropriate decision. I wonder what it could be. A Gary! And then we'll use the temple. It's not really going to help us, so we're going to put that on the bottom. And then we're going to pass the turn. And he could attack with Pelucranos, but then again he could also go Monstrous. And if he does, I mean, if he attacks with Pelucranos, I'm just going to have to double block. And then he's going to have to choose which one he doesn't like. Awful! So we've got 5, 6... and he could go to 6. I think this would be the best play. We'll cast with Bestow. And then send out the Nessian Asp and put him on some pressure. So he's either going to have to block with the Caryatid or take 6. He's going to take 6. Probably because he has a Gray Merchant in hand. Or a Thoughtseize, so he doesn't really care. But if I do get another mana, I could take this up 4 more, I believe. Yep, make it a 10. Awesome! There goes those 3. He's doing what? Yeah. What? Yeah. Aha, yeah, he was going to do 5. He could really make it 6 if he wanted to. So depending on what he does here, I could take it up to 10. Or, excuse me, 8. But he could have a hero's downfall in hand. And then that would just be a mana waste. So I'm going to not monstrous because he has all that open mana. And we'll just put Gary out. See if we can gain 2 from it. And then I'll be able to sacrifice him to the Pelucranos, should I need to. Now we got Theros. So we're going to cast that with Bestow onto the Nessian Asp. Make him big and beefy. And then you can do 1, 2, 3, which would be enough to take out the Nessian Asp. So I'm going to not attack. He can still only do 3 for his monstrous. But he does have an Overlord, and he's going to be gaining 2 Harpies from it. Tell you guys what, we're going to read some bones. We're going to keep this Scourge Mark because it's going to allow us to draw another card. But I can't play both the Agent and the Scourge Mark, which stinks a little. But I will, well actually, because he'll just, I need to do them both at the same time. So I'm going to well, he could double block. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold. He's gonna have to sacrifice a creature, which might be the Harpy. Yeah, he's gonna have to sacrifice another creature like the Harpy on his next turn. Awesome, awesome. So he's gaining 4 Harpies here. And no flyovers. Now we could Vipers. This is actually what we're going to do. We're going to Vipers Kiss the Pelucranos to prevent it from going monstrous. And then we're going to pass the turn. He's going to have to sacrifice 2 creatures here. He only has 1 card in hand, but he will draw another one. Sacrifice Poly-K. And a Harpy. But he has another Poly-K, so he's in pretty good shape. And then he'll sacrifice 2 more creatures, probably the Harpies, on his next turn. So we're just going to stall out. Hero's Downfall, not on my Nessian Asp. Oh no! So he's going to be doing 12, 13, 14, and there's nothing I can do about it. I could Dark Betrayal. And then Agent. And then Scourge Mark. Then I'll have 2 mana to do something amazing. Let's go Dark Betrayal. Huh? Yeah? I mean, actually, all he has to do is sacrifice the Caryatid, though. So we're going to cast... Yeah, because he sacrifices the Caryatid, he still flies right over. For at least 1. I mean, he could even sacrifice Poly-K, or he could do Poly-K's as monstrous. So, we lost this one. That's unfortunate. But I do appreciate you guys watching and seeing what this deck is capable of and how it can go through the 9s. It's just, it does have some work to be done. Definitely has some work to be done. So, I will see everyone next time.